Hey, we've arrived and we've set up Bootcamp 24. It's been a bit of a long process. Now it's Monday. A lot of workers arrived Monday night, and we kind of like had a good little fellowship, something to eat, and then done some bits and pieces. Most of the staff have turned up. We've got 130 staff, and we're just having lunch right now. Right now, the mud pit has been filled up because we figured that young people need to have healthy skin, and so we thought we've heard that the mud is really good for their skin, so we've created them a nice mud pit. Until I see you again, guys. Bootcamp 24. I think when we go for when we use a military style boot camp, we understand that there's going to be a level of discipline. You have to be disciplined to get up 5 o'clock in the morning. You have to be disciplined to be taught how to march, to be taught how to be in formation. And so, although our camps are faith-based camps, we believe that doing it through the military ethos and the way of they set military camps was a good thing for us. Was probably the best way we wanted to do it, because we are dressed in the military gear. And why do all of that and just do picnics and just do games? We would benefit a lot more from making it a Christian-based, spiritual camp.
In your experience last year, maybe even this year, that the counsellors had a very important role. As someone who's been twice as a recruit, how do you view that role as counsellor in boot camp?
Oh, it's so important. So important. I feel like people are looking at the big things like the TI, the DI, they're looking at the big things, but the counsellors are so important. Because you can't just scream at someone, you actually have to impart wisdom into them. And the TIs, God bless them, but they don't have enough time to do that. They've got to look after all the squads. It's like 2 TIs for a squad. And the counsellors are there, they're able to refine and to sift through and really get to what the root issue is. There's been loads of people who have just spoken into my life so much, and they don't realise it. They probably won't remember me because it was probably something they said in passing, but just comments of people who are strong in their faith, who have gone through similar things that I'm going through right now, who have been new converts, who have struggled with temptation, even if it's just in passing. It affects you so much because you hold on to them. So when you're struggling, you remember them and you just keep on saying that, you just keep on trusting in God. So I think like everybody should be a counsellor. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was a recruit 15 years ago, and so I remember how it used to be, and I can say it's completely different. I feel like the drive and the passion of this boot camp hasn't just been about getting people involved in a drill, but getting people closer to Jesus.
Every young person, God, you know where they're at, God, and you know what they need. And I'm asking for the word of God to make the...
Kind of like at conference, you come in on a Monday, you see people who have been through some things, they've gone through some wars, they feel beaten up, but all of a sudden by Friday, they're ready to go take the world for Jesus. They're ready to go back, pioneers are ready to take their city. And that's what it feels like at this boot camp. It feels like they came in one way and they're leaving a completely different way. And seeing that change and that transformation has made me realize that boot camp is all about setting young people on fire for Jesus, to go and do what Jesus called us to do, to go into the world and preach the gospel and make disciples. And I think that's what the drive has been, this boot camp.
I'm Maya and I'm from the Bromley Church. I applied for the role of a counsellor, but I was assigned to the kitchens. I just wanted a role that was like facing with the children, that we could help them, talk to them, get to know the recruits. But it turned out to actually be fun. And it was quite a difficult environment at first, just because I wasn't used to assisting in kitchens and it was cooking for a really large amount of people. But I don't know, I think through this experience, I realized that every role is really important. And even if we're not well suited to it, like we pick up the skills, we have amazing team members that we work with, the leadership was great. So it actually turned out to be quite fun.
Squat with the water and splash, make it rain! Come on!
Everything here in Bootcamp is purpose driven.
This ain't a joke. There are many ladies today who have regretted decisions that they had made. There are friends that would say they will love you and they will lead you to a mud pit. And you feel unhappy because your hair is damaged, because your mascara got damaged.
There isn't a function in Bootcamp that isn't purpose driven. From the moment they walk in, the breakdown is purpose driven. It's not just a breakdown.
You're dirty. They sent you here to get clean. You better start sounding off like men. Yes, sir. Put you in a little bit of water, you sound like a bunch of cackling hens.
The Bootcamp isn't just a militant, and this is one of the things I was saying to Pastor Brown, it's not just militant, it's militancy ministry. And so it's got that dynamic where, yes, you have the militancy, which is where the order comes in, but then you have the ministry where it's actually us serving your young people. We're not trying to make them to be anyone they're not. We're trying to make them to be who Christ has called them to be, to respond to that. So by the time they get back to you, and we're not going to fix all of their problems, but we're directing them to He who can fix and can restore and help them.